Atlas, in the hot seat tonight.
And Atlas.
Goes by the name of Atlas the Bookkeeper. How you feeling, my friend?
Now, have I heard from him yet? No. I can't DM him. His DMs are closed. I don't think he responded to the tweet, and I haven't heard from him in any other way. All right? So, I would love this. In fact, here, I'm going to go full screen, guys. Well, actually, here's what I'll do. I'll start here, and then I'll go to the full screen. Okay, where is the full screen? Here it is. All right, you ready? Because I'm sure people are going to want to clip this, all right? All right, so Maximillian, dude, how's it going, man? As you can see, I tweeted you last night. I apologize for the public tweet, especially if it put you on blast and it really annoyed your timeline, because I hate when people do that to me, too. I just don't know how else to reach out to you. You don't have open DMs, and I don't know how to contact you outside of that. I want to talk to you man-to-man here. I know it's been about 10 years since we had any real interaction. And the last time that we actually had any interaction, we played the MVC collection, the old one. Remember that one? I can't remember what it was called, but it had like MVC 1 and a few other games in it. And we played online. Now, I wasn't broadcasting, nor was I recording. I was drunk. I was literally sitting there drinking rum and coke, just playing casually online when we ran into each other. Incidentally, you recorded your side of it, uploaded it. It got a lot of attention and views for it being the two of us facing off, both being content creators. And it was a good set. Like, it was close. It wasn't even like, oh, one of us dominated the other badly. It was a really good set. You beat me. All right? Well, that was 10 years ago. Now, a lot has changed since then. I basically haven't played those games in 10 years. So I'm incredibly fucking rusty. Meanwhile, I have no clue if you've touched upon old school versus games in the last 10 years or not. I haven't, okay? But I'm having a resurgence on the internet. People are actually interested in me again for good reasons, for the first time in a very long time, all right? And one of the names that jumped right into the forefront with this MVC collection coming out this week was that we should have a rematch set in Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and maybe the other games in the MVC collection as well to celebrate the release of this collection. I mean, that would really be like building bridges between completely different people from different walks of life and different parts of the internet. You're in the FGC, you're Mr. Number One there, and I'm over here just doing my own thing for a very, very long time. And I think that if we just, keep it cordial and we just have a few awesome sets, I think it will go really well for everyone. I think a lot of people would like to see that, at least on my Twitter timeline, and my viewers here are saying they would absolutely love to see it. So Maximillian, I hope someone will clip this and send it to you, and you'll have a chance to, maybe you'll do a Max Reacts to it, right? What do you think? I say we make it happen. I'm not saying we have to do a ton of content together. Even just a few sets is pretty cool, right? Again, I haven't played these games in a million years. I gotta get warmed up and everything. But I think that would be a great way to celebrate the return of versus gaming, the classic versus series games that I grew up playing in arcades, went to tournaments for. I was right there along with the greats like Justin and Sanford and all of them. I was in the same fucking tournaments and arcades with them, standing next to them as they play. It would be great to have a good opportunity to collab with you on this. So please reach out. I can't contact you. This seems to be the only way I can get in touch with you. Hopefully you see this, and I'd like to hopefully work with you. All right? Excellent. Thanks for your time. Okay. So there you go. So there was one person who I reached out to. FYI, I reached out to a few others. I shot a few DMs around from people who I thought would be really interesting collabs when it comes to like just a conversation or whatever. I'm not going to blow up people's spot or whatever, because I don't want people to get harassed or anything. But FYI, it was a few bigger profile YouTubers who have had talked about me in the past, and or like there was an association there in some way. They had interest in talking about me or covering me, and now that things have flipped, perhaps they would actually be interested in discussing stuff with me. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I sent out those DMs, okay? Now, I will tell you about two direct people who I considered. The first is side scrollers, all right? And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I sent an email to Craig last night, and it wasn't a very nice email. All right? I'm just going to be very, very transparent and upfront here. It was not, hey, buddy, how you doing? Want to come on my show? It was more like a, hey, buddy, so, funny how things work out. Here we are over a year later. I'm on top of the world, and I don't even know where the fuck you are because, you just have to do hack shit to get attention. No one talks about your show anymore. But if you'd like to come on my show and we can talk about what happened during that interview and the day after, I think I would like that. All right. So I don't know if Craig will respond whatsoever. All right. I don't. But I did send out the feeler. Let's see how he responds. Depending on how he responds will depend on if he shows up on the show or not. All right. If he responds and it seems like this is another attempt for him to try to milk money out of my detractors, he can fucking head for the hills. He ain't going to get any time on my show or from me. All right. But if the guy actually is like, yeah, actually, I'd like to appear and actually clear the air and have a real conversation. Let's do this. Right. Then I think we should do that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see how Craig responds. But admittedly, I was pretty heated, and I think the email was pretty harsh, to say the least. Okay. Now, the other person who I was going to consider reaching out to about having a collab and having them come on my show was Review Tech USA, because that was the other person who was directly suggested by Keemstar. So last night, I said, you know what? Let's go to Review Tech's timeline and let's see what he's up to. And I shit you not, this is the shit that I find. 3 days ago, Happy International Women's Day, cat, which is not spelled correctly, and they call me DSP. And look what he does. This is the picture of us kissing at our wedding in, I believe this was at our dinner, our dinner right after getting married. And he decides to put this picture up. I mean, isn't that nice? Isn't that just really delightful that he would do that on his timeline, right? Because as you know, I made an incredible amount of personal attacks against the man and his family, right? I just went out of my way during the react to completely insult his family life and everything. Oh, wait, actually, I did the opposite. Actually, I literally said in my react, I wasn't going to rag on the guy's personal life and family because I don't know the situation. But he continues to do these kind of attacks constantly. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I mean, we should say it was International Women's Day, and he's tweeting about me and my wife. Is he tweeting about his daughter or his ex-wife or his mother or anyone? No, he's tweeting about me and my wife. That's the first thing that comes into his mind on International Women's Day. So the mind of someone who's really well wired there. And then, of course, 1 day ago, we've got this. I don't even know where to begin. Once again, he's using the incident phase. I mean, this man, and there's people out there who have really, like, talked about my incident over and over. This man definitely holds the world record for the amount of times that he thinks about me masturbating. I just want you to think about that. Prominently in Rich's head, the first thing he thinks about when he thinks Darkside Phil is a man masturbating. And he literally can't get it out of his head. Like, he has this picture on his monitors behind him for years. He's got it in all of his content. He sold merchandise with that face on it. He constantly thinks about me masturbating. Does that sound like the mind of a fucking well-adjusted individual with logic and reason, or does it sound like a fucking complete nutjob? I don't know, man. So I don't even, like, you can't even tell what this is about. And you want to know what the funniest part about this is? I'd like you to show you something. This was 3 days ago. 69 likes. Even with all of my detractors, the most he could get was 69 likes on a 3-day-old post. And then this one, wow, he really, really got the engagement on this one. 11 likes for the dickers, for my O-phase, from my incident. I mean, he's really reaching out to that wide audience these days. He's really just, he's resonating with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he doesn't realize that no one fucking does this anymore because the joke is over and it's not funny and no one is enjoying doing it. It's the opposite now. He's out of touch and he's lost his mind. He still thinks it's like the last, several years and shit. He's out of it. He's just nuts. Okay? So, how do you think I felt seeing that? It's like, wow, this really seems like a guy that I would like to have on my show. So I made this, this post basically. I'm not kidding. This is what he's posted recently on his timeline. I don't think he'd formulate enough coherent words to make a show at this point. How could I even make a show? I don't know. I feel like if I had him on my show, he would be on edibles. I'm serious, too. Like, I feel like he would actually be on edibles during the show. Fairly coherent. Probably slurring, slobbering. And probably just, like, having no coherent thoughts besides, oh, Phil, no one likes you, you're cloud. What the fuck am I going to talk to him about? And it's a shame because I feel like this would have been the opposite just a few years ago, where he was actually on the game and he was intelligent and he did have witty things to say and good observations people wanted to hear. Not anymore. And if this is the level of stuff that he's putting out on the internet and he thinks this is content people would like on his timeline, I don't even know what else to say. Like, do I even want to waste time on my show? No, I don't. I'm being honest. I don't want to waste time with this man because it is a waste of time. Like, it would literally be, why'd I have him on? It's just like a train wreck, right? Anyway, so I decided to respond, and I'm going to take the L here because I used a brony response because it said get felted, and now people are making fun of me because they said, how dare you use that? I didn't know you were a brony. And I'm like, well, the truth is I couldn't find a red poker chip in the GIFs on Twitter to use, and I didn't want to use something people didn't know what I was talking about, so I wanted to say something that said get felted. All right, but I understand. I'll take the L here. I probably shouldn't have used stupid My Little Pony because everyone says I'm a brony and I'm not, but it is what it is. I'll take the L. But anyway, so here's my response to Rich. The best part about this dunk from VTech USA is that if I tried to respond in kind, it wouldn't be fair because it would just be Rich standing there alone because I have a loving wife. He does not. Happy Women's Day, Rich. Happy Women's Day. Anyway, excuse me. All right, so that's what I think about Rich right now. Wasting time. It really was a waste of time. I don't know why I bothered. I should have known it was a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Let's do some shout-outs, and then let's get to our next topic, okay? So, shout-outs on the YouTube side of things. We've got the After Show with a $10 super chat. He says, hey, Phil, I just want to say it was a great talk with Keem. I feel like it was a huge W for both of you guys. I'm glad it happened, and you both walked away with respect for each other. It's about building bridges. It's about mending fences, right? It's about taking years of stupidity and misunderstanding and making people realize that really maybe the reason a lot of people don't like me is because of those misconceptions, right? The first thing I did was apologize to Keem because I realized I did actually dunk on him first before he ever even had said a word about me, and that's on me because I was a jealous idiot. I was mad that for so long I couldn't really make it because no one wanted to collab with me or have anything to do with me because of my detractors. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's it upset me significantly to see someone like Keem winning and succeeding, and that's a hater's mentality, and that's why I said negative things about him to begin with, and that's on me that's a shortcoming of mine. And that's why I had to apologize to him right up front because it really was my fault that we ever had bad blood. And once that was laid out, we could actually talk normally, right? Did you notice that? Like, we weren't sure how it was going to start. And as soon as I did that, as I manned up, which is the first thing anyone should do in life is man up to your fucking mistakes, shortcomings, immediately the tone of the shifted. And we're like, now we can just like hang out and have a fun conversation. And it doesn't have to be like a hostile, you know, deal, right? So there you go. Thank you very much, After Show. Daisy303 with a $5 super chat. Hey, King, I just got confirmation. My 1651 tip from last night went through fully. Should we add that to the chips? Sure, why not? It went through? Okay. Let's do it. So that's 1651. That was Daisy's tip from yesterday that got frozen for some bizarre fucking reason. We don't know why, but we'll count it. All right, 16 bucks. Thank you so much. What is up with this browser thing logging up like that? Don't lag. 16 bucks. All right, so that gets us to 71. $71 in tips so far. Thank you so much. Let's continue. Detractor Phil with a $5 super chat. Phil, you shouldn't use the F word when you speak. My parents don't like it when they hear it. What, felted? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Oh, I got to get this off the screen. Holy shit. Here, let's go back to this tweet. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was that offensive. I'm going to stop using the word right away. I totally didn't see it. Look, it doesn't highlight. Why didn't it highlight? See how links are supposed to highlight? It didn't highlight, so I didn't know it was. I totally didn't see that at all. I guess I can try to email him, although now it's kind of a moot point because we just made the clip, and you know that that's going to get sent to him, right? My bad. Now I feel really stupid. I should have fucking emailed him last night, and I did not see that at all. God damn it. God damn it, guys. I'm sorry. All right. I'm new to all of this. I take another L today. It was literally right fucking there, and I'm a dunce. All right? So I publicly apologize to Maximillian. I'm a fucking idiot. I should have emailed that. I had no clue that was there. I swear I'll get better at this. This is my first time trying to reach out to people for collabs and shit. All right. But now he's going to see the clip that I just made. I'm sorry for the drama. God damn it. I just don't want him to get like bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a cool dude. He makes great content. He's a very positive guy. I don't want him to feel like he's getting harassed now because I fucking did that. So I hope that does, you know, we'll see. Okay. You have him muted? I do? What do you mean? Huh? What do you mean? Unmute? Oh. Why did I have him muted? I don't even know why I had him muted. Seriously, that was probably ancient. Like, that was probably like an ancient mute from like 100 years ago. Probably at one point my detractors tweeted him or something awful. That, oh, Phil said this, and he probably got upset and responded. And I was like, well, I don't want this on my timeline, so I probably muted him. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, I unmuted him. All right, let's continue. Andy with the super chat. Rakita is on retainer for the LOL suit. I have no idea what you're talking about, but thanks, Andy.